That's right, Oscar. This is a comment and questions that have been coming up at the State Department over the past week. The spokesperson there has said a number of things. For instance, we are talking about it. We're going through talks. The two sides are still talking. But today, she was asked about it again, and she had some very strong words. And let's have a listen to what she had to say.
I can just tell you that our talks with the Turkish government are ongoing. Those talks have not been concluded at this point, and we look forward to continuing our conversations with the government. U.S. forces are located in Manbij. We have made it very clear with the Turkish government that we continue to operate there. We have made our concerns very clear with the Turkish government that we have a right to defend ourselves, the U.S., along with its coalition partners on the ground there, and we have encouraged Turkey to de-escalate overall, and that's why we continue to have conversations with that government.
And you have no intention to leave?
We have no intention to leave, but beyond that, I'd have to ask you to talk to DOD.
No intention to leave. Very strong words there, and the fact that the U.S. is there to stay. Now, these kinds of conversations came up in Afrin as well, but we didn't hear these kinds of words from the United States in Afrin. So this is a concern. This is a concern that the two sides could actually come to some kind of confrontation there. The U.S. is in that area alongside Kurdish YPG-dominated fighters. So we'll have to see what's going on. The other issue at the moment, as you mentioned, is the State Department now is kind of in a state of transition. The Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is leaving. There's a transition period until the new Secretary of State comes in. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of weeks and what more kind of comments we hear from Washington on that.
As we mentioned, there was a phone call between Presidents Donald Trump and Recep Tayyip Erdogan. What's the US saying about this latest phone call?
That's right. So as you mentioned, the two leaders had a phone call. They talked about strategic ties, regional coordination and cooperation, and the fact that they're both NATO allies. Now, the United States has said that repeatedly in the past. Whenever there's some kind of a confrontation or confrontational words coming up over Syria, the United States says, listen, we respect Turkey. Turkey is our ally. It's a NATO ally. It's an important part of NATO. And it's also said that, look, we understand Turkey's concerns about the YPG and Kurdish fighters in the area. But at the same time, the United States has also said their main concern in Syria is whether there will be a re-emergence of ISIS. And that is the main challenge and the main thing the United States is focused on. And they will do whatever it takes to prevent that from happening. So again, a concern now, considering that the two sides could come to some kind of confrontation unless they can come to an understanding over the talks over the next couple of weeks.